You got questions. I got a top 5. Let's do this.
Hey.
It's the Indy Question of the Week.
What?
And I'm going to briefly talk about my top 5.
We're going to revisit Thomas's top 5 from last week, which we did without Thomas.
Yes. Yeah, we got to say our 2 cents, so he's going to give us his reasons behind his choices. But first, Kevin and I's got a brand new question of the week. What did you ask all of our indie friends this week?
Alrighty, the question of the week was, who was your very first opponent in a wrestling match?
Interesting.
And if you couldn't remember your very first opponent, who is the earliest opponent you can remember?
Interesting.
Yes. So, we got an answer from Billy Rock. The Dangerous Bull, Don Basher, was his very first opponent.
Not a clue who that guy is.
No. Dasher Hatfield, the old-timey King of Swing, one half the Campeonatos de Parejas, and a member of the Golden Trio who came just short of winning the King of Trios tournament this year.
His first opponent might not be alive anymore.
Yeah.
That's true.
But that's baseball. He didn't start wrestling until way later in his life.
Oh, okay.
Jason Hades, which is a name that sounds vaguely familiar to me, but I can't put a finger on where I've heard it before.
He probably wouldn't appreciate that anyway.
Player Dose from the Super Smash Brothers said that a guy named Havoc, who he had trained with, coming up together through their training school, who quit not very far after that first match between the two of them because of the wrestling training and travel schedule being so demanding. Which I have now deemed that's Nathan Jones syndrome.
Yes.
And Stu said that was a shame because he had a lot of potential. Stu is also Player Dose, by the way.
Oh.
Stu Dose.
It's funny because Stu rhymes with 2.
And Darren Corbin, my fellow Ginger, told me that Ryan Cruz was his very first opponent.
Which you were actually saying was actually one of his very first tag team partners.
Yeah, Ryan Cruz and Darren Corbin were a long-time tag team known as the North Star Express.
That's right.
So I was really surprised to actually find out that they were their first opponents against each other. Or at least Ryan Cruz was Darren Corbin's first opponent.
Gotcha.
Piggy Sanchez named Joe Hardway as his very first opponent. And he says that despite the fact that it was probably the worst match of his career, he still remembers that as being a very, very fun moment in his life.
I'm wondering if Joe Hardway had a habit for making people bleed.
The hard way?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I went straight sexual with that last time, so we're going to move on.
You're just really weird rapey this season. This episode.
See? Season 16 of the Wrestling Rundown.
Wow, we've been doing
Aravis
this
gets
for...
rapey.
I'll put that moniker on me.
Then we got some the Submission Squad guys who were successful at King of Trios over the Gentlemen's Club.
Congratulations. I haven't watched that match yet, but we are currently watching King of Trios. We'll be doing a review on it very soon.
Yes. Davey Vega says a former wrestler who went by the name of Rigor Mortis. No relation to Chris Canyon.
Rest in peace.
And Evangelistico said Stephen Kennedy. This is another name that seems vaguely familiar to me, but I'm not sure why. Then the last answer was the Spirit Dragon Shinron, our new Rey de Voladores champion from King of Trios this year.
Saw the Eliminator. That was awesome. Haven't seen the finals against Sonata yet, but I'm excited.
Said that Chuck Taylor was his first ever opponent.
Which we actually we saw that match. That was on.
That was at a Chikara show. I'm not sure if that was his actual first match though.
Oh, okay.
That was his Chikara debut. Was against Chuck Taylor, but
Gotcha.
he's saying his debut was against Chuck Taylor. So I don't know if that was for Chikara, or if that was from a different promotion from before that moment. But yes, Chuck Taylor. I decided to end on that one because that's one guy who all three of us are familiar with as an answer to the question.
And if it was anything like the match that we've seen, him and Chuck Taylor have a really, really good chemistry together.
Yes. So, if you have any questions that you'd like to see me ask, put them below in the comments. If you know any of those people that I just mentioned that we don't know, tell us about them in the comments.
Yeah.
Post some links to matches that you
Even
know
if
of.
you just want to Google them for us, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So I'm too lazy to Wikipedia these guys. Also, if you are these guys, are you Jason Hades? Are you Joe Hardway? comment. If you're not, comment that you are anyways, and
We
we'll
have
probably
no,
believe you.
We have no way of checking, so.
So
Unless your
we can call you liars.
Unless your
but-
YouTube screen name is my name is Howard Bergstrom, and you tell me that you're Jason Hades, then I won't believe you.
It's a very specific name you came up with.
Yep.
Kevin. All right.
And
It was
it's
really
only
hard to not say Howard Finkel.
It's only specifically that name, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Anyone else can be them.
Okay.
Howard
Except for
Bergstrom,
you,
fucker.
Howard Bergstrom.
You motherfucker.
You and Sydney Bacabella are teaming up to go against me and Kevin Hawk. All right. Thomas.
Yeah. Over to Thomas to give us the rationale of his top 5.
All right.
I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you did. I mean,
We did a decent job, but I'm going to tag you in for this one.
Oh, yeah.
you guys pretty much figured out most of my thinking on it. I want to say, first of all, I'm really sad that I couldn't put Dean Ambrose on the top 5 because this was a fantastic week for him.
Absolutely.
Or that was.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
It was still a good week.
Right.
It's never a bad week for Dean Ambrose,
But-
unless you're getting your head driven into center box.
Yeah. But because
Even
he
then,
came back
Yeah,
was why I was really amped to put him on the top 5.
yeah. Starting in Night of Champions.
And, he was there until I realized that I had him on last time. And I almost said, screw the rules, it's my top 5. But I didn't want to.
Yeah, it's.
That's the one important rule, I think.
Yeah,
It's the only rule you really instated on your own top 5, so you
Yeah.
should probably abide by it.
right.
Um,
Give everybody else a chance.
Give peace a
But-
chance.
So, I wanted to make mention of that. Same thing with Kalisto. I wanted to kind of say that the Lucha Dragons should have been there, but again, sticking to the rule. To a kind of lesser extent, because, Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Come on, Dean Ambrose.
yeah.
Dean effing Ambrose.
Also, I kind of broke the unspoken rule that it's only for this week. I've been starting to think about it monthly since we only do it monthly.
So that'll be a change that's coming pretty soon.
Yeah,
We'll take the entire month into
it
consideration.
kind of started with this one, and that's why I put Enzo on there.
Okay.
Because Enzo's not a great wrestler. He's a pretty good wrestler. Like, he's not terrible.
But the top 5 is about who entertains you the most.
Right. But taking into consideration the whole previous month, and I guess further on this, he's had some, his match with, what's his face?
Sylvester LaForte.
Yeah, I almost said the other one.
LaFart.
That was a great match.
No, wait, are you talking about TakeOver?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was
That's
okay.
Sylvester LaFart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The-
Yeah,
the
I remember
fat-
now because he said the fuck. That was a great match and unexpectedly good for Enzo.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, he's just been constantly entertaining more and more each week.
I love Enzo. I can't help but Enzo is always entertaining.
Yeah, he has enough charisma where I don't care that he can't wrestle that well.
Yeah.
He has cast
He
to wrestle.
gets there.
He has cast to
Yeah.
wrestle for him.
Yeah. He's 7 feet tall. How you doing?
Yeah. And you can't teach that.
I learned it once,
You did not.
and then I forgot.
That's why
I shrunk back down to
That's
6'1".
I was gonna say that's why I was 6'1".
Another thing you can't teach is kicking ass the way Bull Dempsey does.
That's true. He was on your top 5.
Yeah. And that's why he was there, because he's just been beating the shit out of Mojo Rawley, and
He's been on my top 5 ever since the first time he punched Mojo Rawley in the
Right.
face.
Yeah, I made the comparison that he's beat down Mojo 5 times and that he was on the top 5.
yeah,
So
that's
Like when he made Mojo bleed at TakeOver, he made my permanent top 5 for life.
yeah. So that's why Bull Dempsey. That's all I'll say.
I don't know if you guys could tell, but I don't like Mojo Rawley.
I don't think.
wait. Nah, I'm gonna have to get you a shirt for Christmas.
Kill it with fire.
He got you a shirt, and I got you a lighter.
Hey.
So-
Perfect. Is it
Alright.
a Mojo Rawley lighter?
No, it's a Bull Dempsey lighter.
Yes, best Christmas present ever. Yours sucks. I'm gonna burn your Christmas present with his Christmas present.
Well, no, they go together.
Yeah.
So that you can burn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's
the-
like a 2-pack.
Yeah.
It's the greatest gift I've ever had.
And that brings us to the bunny.
Somebody needs to give me a shovel
The
so I can
bunny.
bury it.
Not Triple H should do that for you.
Alright.
The bunny is surprisingly a great wrestler. Who knew?
Yeah.
Spin kicks and shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I said about Rusev. If you can do spin kicks and if you do that, you have my attention.
Bunny did that.
Good job, Bunny.
Bunny did some spin kicking.
Yeah.
He also does some splashing.
Yeah, he did some spin kicking, some spin splashing, some hopping.
Some spin hopping.
And probably a lot of LSD because he's hanging out with Adam Rose.
I actually have a theory that Adam Rose has done so much LSD that his hallucinations are coming to life. And
So the
that's
bunny's not real.
right. That's what all of the Exotic Express actually is.
Adam Rose's imagination.
Yeah.
What if JBL pulls the bunny mask off and then the suit just goes to the ground and there's nobody in it?
No, it's just going to be another Adam Rose. Yeah.
And what we realize is that Adam Rose is actually having all these hallucinations because he's so overheating because under the bunny suit he's wearing every other single Rosebud costume.
Yeah.
And they're all made of LSD.
Speaking of 3 letters, the next on my top 5 is Y2J, which is technically not 3 letters.
It's 2 letters and a number.
Whatever. That's my segue.
You know what?
My
If you,
segue's
if you
outside.
spell it out, it's 5 letters for the top 5.
Okay. I'll take it.
You're right.
No, WHYTOO
What?
JAY.
Wait, what?
Y2J.
Yeah.
So if you spell it out, it's 9 letters.
What?
Or if you say it phonetically, would it be Y2J? E2J?
Let's talk about Chris Jericho.
Now, what's Jericho on your list, bro?
Chris Jericho's on my list because I like Chris Jericho because he had a great match, but most importantly because Dean Ambrose couldn't be.
Oh.
Sorry, sorry, Chris Jericho, but for this week you took a back seat. You
You were a replacement.
Yeah.
You were a runner-upper. Co-captain.
Hey,
Yeah.
second string's okay too.
Pretty much that's it. Like, I love Chris Jericho. I thought he had a fantastic match with Randy Orton.
Really good send-off match.
Yeah, it was. But, I mean, honestly, he wouldn't be here if Dean Ambrose was.
It's a true story. And the last on your list was Damien Mizdow.
Yes. It's just great. I love it
Can't
more
help
and more every week. The fact that he mimics the Miz's moves on the outside of the ring.
Yeah.
Like, whenever Miz is on offense, I'm watching Damien Mizdow.
Yeah. You know, all your
I'm trying to find him whenever I see the Miz in the ring. Like,
Yeah.
WWE, that just shows how much more entertaining Mizdow is than the Miz. We don't care about the Miz's wrestling. We care about Mizdow
Phantom wrestling
copying.
on the outside.
He's not even wrestling anybody.
Phantom
Give him a
wrestling.
broom. Have him wrestle a
Do
broom.
it. Give like a mannequin that can't really even move, like no opposable
He
arms
just needs
or
to
legs.
pull it out from under the ring. He just starts wrestling around with
Okay.
like this.
New theory.
Okay.
What
Oh,
if
God.
Mizdow is doing all the wrestling and Miz is copying him? So, like, if Miz left the ring, Mizdow would still be outside doing the moves, and they would still be working on the opponent in the ring. He's just psychically wrestling, and Miz is in the ring mimicking him.
I feel like this is another hallucination by Adam Rose.
What if Raw next week is just a giant hallucination?
What if Raw since SummerSlam has just been a giant hallucination?
What if we all died
And
right
it's-
after SummerSlam?
Well,
I
and
have
it's
a
just
headache.
been a really bad LSD trip, and that's why Raw's been so bad.
Is that why I have a headache?
Yeah.
Probably.
You're coming down off the high, bro.
Oh, shit.
Take the red
This
pill.
sucks.
Well, with the death of Travis Colt, that's the end of my top 5 for this week.
And it's the end of the whole segment that we're doing.
Yeah.
We got other things in the playlist. We've got the Raw review, which
Yeah,
you
we
should have
be-
saw earlier.
It should be above us at this point.
You should have saw earlier if you were watching these in order. We also have midweek wrap up.
Maybe we grab up.
You're dead.
Yeah,
dead.
the midweek wrap up where we wrap him in a coffin because he's dead.
He's dead. And other stuff. SmackDown rundown and the streak. Who I thought should have broken the streak instead of the guy who I picked last time.
Yeah.
And the guy he picked. Or the guy he picked. Or Brock Lesnar. Because anyone was better than Brock Lesnar.
Especially
Even a toaster.
Brock Lesnar.
Everybody likes toast. So thanks for watching this one. Keep watching. Keep clicking likes, subscribes, favorites, video, comment our video.
Do it.
Give us a video response with
YouTube
your
doesn't
argument.
allow that anymore.
No?
Nope.
Wow.
We've talked about that.
I am
before.
behind the times.
We've talked about that on the rundown before.
I am behind our own show.
You're always the one that says, "Hey, do a video response of me." And
Do you realize how many concussions this man has had?
Probably a lot.
Mm.
14? Maybe? I don't know. I'm just guessing.
16. He got a concussion every time Brock Lesnar German suplexed John Cena.
That's true. That's what that sound was in my ear.
It's just constantly ringing.
I don't know, it's just
No,
every time concussion.
a concussion grenade.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna watch because at this point, what else do you have to do that's better than this on a Sunday? Watch it.
Yeah.